So I was a day late in picking up my comics because of the gas shortage, but I finally got them. So if you want to see what I picked up on the day after New Comic Book Day, stick around. Welcome back, family. Thank you so much for joining me yet again. So yeah, like I said, we have the gas shortage going on because of the Colonial Pipeline. Apparently there was cyber hackers and it knocked out the biggest pipeline of fuel to the northeast, and every gas station was completely empty. I wound up driving around the other night, probably hit about 14 gas stations before I found one like way off the beaten path that still had super, which I put in my 2009 car, regular car, and paid through the nose for it. But I just needed a gas to go back and forth to work. So yesterday, which was Wednesday, I decided not to take the extra trip to go to my comic book store. Because I didn't want, it's wasting gas and I need to be able to go back and forth to work. Today, I get up in the morning, I hop in the car, I start driving to work, and I hear on the radio that the Colonial Pipeline has been restored. Oh, thank God, I'm going at lunchtime to pick up my comics. That was my first thought. This is when we know that we are addicts, people. So yeah, I had a couple books in my pull box, and of course, was able to go through some of the other stuff. Back to Back Comics said that they are going to be renaming, but they won't tell me what the name is, and if they did, I wouldn't spoil it for them anyway. Just letting you guys know, I wouldn't do that. But I'm really looking forward to their rebranding. It is kind of fun now. It's comic books, guys. We got to have some fun with this. So let me show you what I picked up along the way, and then I'm going to make one little mention about the Carnage trailer. If you're not watching it, no spoilers, but something important the biggest thing that I took out of it. So I picked up my copy of the Recount number 4. Yes, this story is really good, and I'm hoping that everything. I sent in 2 copies of number 1 to be graded, and hopefully they don't screw them up. Picked up X Corp number 1. I love the little 1 milligram 48 tablets. Now, I'm not a big DC fan. Let me just state that for the record. But sometimes, and I've said this in the past, those covers just, you look at it and go, whoa. And honestly, let's see, I'm going to put these in order. The next 3 books are going to be those covers that just, are you kidding me? I've got to have that book. One was Future State Gotham 1. Now, I mean, if you get really close and look, that's the entire city with the bats completely burned out of it, gone out of it. I love it. That's really great artwork. You know that took a long time for this guy to draw this. There is such detail. You need a magnifying glass to go in, and every single one of these buildings, you can see windows and everything. This took a long time to draw. And just, we're not worthy. It's beautiful. I love it. Another one, which I saw and I wanted because I'm just an ice cream man collector, was the Telethon. It's a black and white, live in person music, entertaining, and it says number 24 at the bottom. It's simple. It's cute. Kind of reminds me of the Jerry Lewis Telethon a little bit. But then the other cover. And this is just, no, you know what? I'm taking this one out of the bag. I'm not going to give glare. I have got to show this to you guys. This is just, whoa. I mean, I was going through the box of his stuff, and John looks at, when I said, whoa, he looked at me and goes, Ice Cream Man? I went, yeah. He knew what I was looking at. Look at that cover. That's the kind of cover that give you nightmares, man. That's just gorgeously done, too. And, of course, as with all books that Diamond puts their hands on, it needs a press already. Please hurry up and switch to pink. Well, no, actually, this is Image. This isn't Marvel. Well, whomever. I picked this one up, not because I really wanted it, but Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man number 1. You know why? Because it must be decades since I bought a giant size, quote unquote, comic book. Okay, I'm gonna read the story, And like I said, it's been since I was a kid since I have bought a giant-sized comic book or, a king-size book. They had the annuals, but remember they used to have giant size and king size, and it was their way of putting out big one-shot stories and making extra money. But as a kid, you were just like, more stories. And they were generally not that great. Sometimes they had the first appearance of somebody, but giant size X-Men #1, there you go. But I just saw it, I went, giant size? It's kind of cool. So I did pick up Home #1, issue 1. Again, the artwork is just blowing my mind these days. I have no idea what this is about, but I like reading, checking out the new stories. I got Time Before Time, both variants. And last one here. I saw the DC Festival of Heroes, the Asian cover, and I was like, it's okay, but it didn't pique my interest. But then I saw this. And again, I'm not a DC fan. I have no idea if it's going to do anything. It's definitely a square bound book. I mean, you can see you can see the thickness of this book here. This is thicker than the old Silver Surfers, The Asian Superhero Celebration #1. And again, it was one of those ones that it catches your eye. And you just feel like you have to have it. You have no idea. It might be 64 blank pages on the inside. You don't know. But sometimes those cover books just make you want to get them. To me, they're a lot better than, I don't like store variants. I'm not a store variant person. But if the actual paper, that everybody gets a copy of, I don't know. I just want to have it in my collection, even if it doesn't go up anywhere. So anyway, I'm going to try to keep this short. There's 2 things I want to remind you of. Hopefully you've already smashed that like button and subscribed if you haven't. But have you seen the Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage video? Again, if you don't want to know any of the spoilers or anything, I'm not going to talk about them. However, there was one thing specific about the video that I loved, and that was that it said, only in theaters. Coming soon, only in theaters. No streaming. Well, Sony doesn't have a platform, so that kind of helps that. I'm sure they could have struck a deal with Disney or with Amazon or with somebody to make a ton of money, but they're making a point that we are going to get those theaters back in business. This is going to be an only theater, and I'm sure the theaters are loving that too. But if I want to watch TV, I'll sit home and watch TV. If I want to geek out and get into a movie theater, can you imagine watching Endgame for the first time in your living room? No, I wanted to be in the theater with 500 other people screaming when Cap picks up the hammer, okay? when he says Avengers Assemble. You want to go nuts with, it's like watching a football game or a baseball game at the stadium as opposed to being on TV. No, there's certain things you want to experience. And going to the movies, it's an experience, and I miss it so much, and the movies that they've been putting out, not been thrilling. I mean, I'm hoping Black Widow lives up to the hype, and I'm also hoping that people go to the theaters. But anyway, that's that little rant. But here's the other thing. Remember, we got the 300 subscriber video coming out. It is out, so I'm going to put the link right up. Should be seeing it right around here, I guess. And over here, you see a little doggy. Click on that to subscribe. But if you want to make sure you're in the 300 subscriber, I'll have to do that again in a second. 300 subscriber. Star-Lord. Marvel Spotlight. Number 6. First appearance. 8.0 white page. The video is where you, for the 300 subscribers, is where you're going to register to win this. Okay, you have to be a subscriber. You have to watch that video, like it, and make a comment. Keep the comment clean. Okay, now, right about now, you'll see, here's the pop-up because I'm getting close to the end of the video. You hit those 3 things. I hit 300 subscribers. I grab the comments. I randomize. I pull one name for the winner. I pull one name as a backup winner. Okay? And I will be giving away that book. We're almost at 300, so make sure you do it. Okay? Other than that, though, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. And as always, I'm out.